Okay, wow. Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, East Coast, good morning, West Coast, good morning, wherever you are. Today, I am joining you from the West Coast, and I have a question for Andrea. It's been a while since I asked you a question, Andrea. It's been a while.
It has been. What's up, Gio?
Quick question, Andrea. Why don't scientists trust atoms?
Atoms. I don't know. Why is that, Gio?
Because they make up everything. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Atlanta. Good morning, Southeast. Good morning, West Coast. Good morning, San Diego. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for opening your calendar. Thank you for moving things around. Thank you for doing whatever you did and whatever you're doing to be here. It is not a small thing that you're here, and it is not a small thing you woke up. We like to say around here that there's something powerful that happens in the mornings. You know, the way you start your day gives you the rest of the day, and the way that you live each day gives you the rest of your life. There's something about the morning. There's something about the now. Today, I'm going to talk to one of our favorite human beings in the world, and we're so glad you're back, Bill, and you have such a great story to share. And in the past year, your life has been just a wonderful adventure. And I can't wait to get us started. And the context in today's conversation is how to create the life you desire. And we're going to dive in whatever that world leads us, right? And then before we do that, I'm going to get us all primed and ready. So Andrea, go back to you again. One question for you, Andrea. Where are you?
Gio, I am right where I need to be, right here.
Right here. Yes, thank you. Stan, good morning. Two questions for you, Stan. What time is it and how are you?
Wow, the time is now, Gio. And I am blessedly questioning good questions of how can I be a better person? Because I am, as I say I am, and I'm questioning, good questioning.
You are the way that you say that you are, Stan. And today you say you are a man of inquiries.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Stacy, great to see you, Stacy. I got a question for you, Stacy. One thing you're grateful for?
I am grateful to be perpendicular to the earth this morning instead of parallel to it.
I got it. I got it. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for opening this morning with us. Today is our, Sorrel, what episode is this? Today is our
570.
Wow.
Today is our
Nice.
570 episode. This is amazing. Yes. All right, so I want to say just a few things about William Brown, just a tip of the iceberg for the opportunity that his life is. And then we're going to dive in, William, into a quick conversation. Then we're opening it up for questions and comments. Okay. So William assists in sustaining and forwarding the mission of Light on the Hill to support individuals and groups to do their inner work to make their unique and authentic difference in the world. Light on the Hill is a spiritual center. He has over 29 years of professional experience in the audiovisual, IT, hospitality, and higher education industries, and also has over 17 years of volunteer experience with nonprofit and religious organizations. William, thank you for being here. Thank you for just being part of the Daily Huddle family. I am a big fan of yours. So let's start with the question. You know, there is this place where we're at right now, right? This is where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
for some of us, we have a pretty good grasp of where we're at. And
Right.
another version of us, some of us, we have no idea where we're at, right? We don't have a real good relationship with where things are right now. But there is this sense of where we want to go. You know, like where we want to go, and this life that we want, and this life that perhaps we also, because we want it, we desire it. So how do we, in your experience, how do we close that gap? What do we need to do, create, trust? So, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, that's a wonderful question in a way to frame it. What do we need to do? What I learned from my relationship with you and Sorrel is to lay out the inquiry and reverse engineer it. So the question that we have is, you know, how do you create the life that you desire? Okay, let's start with your desires. Really get in touch with what you desire. And I think for me, I had to allow myself to want something, to see something better for my life, to see what was possible in my life. There was so much of my life that was, I just wanted to, you know, have enough and do enough and everything is fine. But in the land of possibility, right? In the land of showing up in the world and being on the court, there is your desire. And I think when you start there, you can then move to your life. What brings you alive, right? Having the inquiry of seeing what brings you alive, what causes you to be perpendicular instead of horizontal, right? It just kind of gets you up in the morning. And I think for me, really being in the inquiry of, I love to learn, I love to unlock people, I love to be in a space of solitude and freedom. So where else would I be in the hills of upstate New York, right? I didn't know that at the time, but there was this spaciousness to my life that I wanted and that I was taking on. And then I had to give myself a place to create. And I had to reimagine how I was living and where I was living so I could live my life and my desires. And so that took me from South Carolina to Portland, Oregon, back to upstate New York in 10 months. I didn't know when we moved to Portland, Oregon, that, you know, upstate New York was waiting for me, but I was open to the possibility of that. I allowed myself to take the most physical job that I've ever taken in my life. And there was this level of stress, and there was this level of, do I have the strength to do this, to put in the work for my life? The answer to that was yes. And then this opportunity revealed itself, and it gave me an opportunity to be here as the managing director.
Oh, so currently you're the managing director for Light on the Hill. This is a spiritual center upstate New York, and I really look forward to do a retreat there with you.
Yes.
And so I know a little bit about your story, so I'm going to bring it a little bit in the context of allowing us to be okay with the way things are right now. Because you did a really wonderful job. But maybe just a year ago, not even a year ago, when we had a chance to speak, you were in this context, or your life was
Right.
Your circumstances, your right now at the time was, look, I don't have much left. I'm going to put it all in my car. And
Right.
I don't know if my car is going to get to Portland. It may not
Right.
even make
Right.
it, but I'm going to
Right.
Portland to be with my children and reconnect with them. And I'm going to create the rest of my life. And
Right.
I could imagine, William, as you're driving from east to west,
Right.
that it was difficult for you to envision a life you desire.
Right.
Given the circumstances that you're in. All I got is my car, a few things, and how do I envision? How do I trust myself to put myself back? How did you do that? Or how would someone do that?
It was that, I knew, but I didn't know that space, right? I knew that I couldn't stay in the state that I was of, any moment that this could all just fall apart. And then what I would do, I chose to make a choice to get in the car, load the car with everything that I felt that I need for that next journey, with the intent to go to Portland, but the understanding that the journey had started, right? The adventure had started, but it could have ended in Kentucky. It could have ended in, and we could have said, okay, this is where we are. We have to create something in St. Louis or Lincoln, Nebraska that we passed through, or Boise, Idaho, where we passed through. But I realized very quickly the desire to be with my children, the desire to let them know that mom and dad is okay. We're figuring things out, but we want to be closer to you, the people that we love, and that care for us, while all of this unfolds. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now, but it just got us to a place that our desire was leading us. And no matter how it was going to look, right? That we would be happy with living the life that we desired and just being in that space. I can't hear you, Gio.
Gio.
Thank you.
There you go, Gio.
Thank you. Yeah. It's really great and really beautiful. In my friendship with you, I was able to grow in how you were being in the process of, and maybe I'd like for you to speak a little bit about it. There is this process of being okay with complete uncertainty.
Right.
Complete uncertainty of where the future is going to be. And also being, well, this is what you would show, right? I don't know what it was like for you in reality, but what you would show at the time was being okay with, or the best version of yourself, of no longer having what you had built before. It was when my experience of being with you at the time was the past in which you had built, a big house and a big business and a big future wasn't relevant to where you were going. Right. And where you were going was a thought, it was a vision, but it wasn't in the now. And what I got from you was this human being who was looking for being in service.
Right.
Wherever I'm going to go, I'm going to be of service. Wherever I'm going to go, I'm going to be of service. How does one have the resilience to trust that the life you desire is on the other side of that? How do you not go insane?
That was a nice little dance. Let's just say that, right? That holding the space for certainty and uncertainty, right? I was certain that I felt that there was a call. My desires were calling me. but I was uncertain, right, of what that really looked like, what I would be okay with as it, as it was unfolding. And so the more that I stayed open to that uncertainty, but knowing that the certainty part of it was I was going to honor that, it really helped me just kind of be present to what was showing up. I would have never thought in my life that I would have worked at FedEx and delivering packages, and carrying bunk beds up 3 flights of stairs. I mean, that was like nowhere on my radar, right? But that is something that, because I connected with the desire to be in service, I saw that as service. I saw that as preparing me to really let myself know that I had the strength and I had the capacity to serve on a level that I never did before or never thought I could. And for some people, what they get in the mail, the packages are like vital things, right? And some of us, there's trivial things that we get in the mail too, but really being able to be about that process of being in service on that level, and allowing my desire to pull me in that direction left me open for the next opportunity.
Wow. Well, I love it. Anchoring myself to the mission of the very thing I'm doing. Like you're saying, you never saw yourself delivering packages, working with FedEx, working for FedEx, but then there was the mission behind it. People are waiting for vital and critical things in their life, things that they desire, things that they work for really hard, and provide a certain kind of attitude, a certain kind of love towards it, so that it becomes mission driven, not just getting up in the morning and just dropping boxes at people's houses. No, it was mission driven, which what I hear in what you're saying, it opened you up so that your past could connect the dots for the future. Because one of the things you're not sharing, and then I want to open it up for people for questions or comments, is that William started this podcast during the pandemic called One Word Conversations, and he would invite people from LinkedIn, from everywhere. And you did around 170 episodes, or how many you did?
No, 330, but I wasn't counting, right? But yeah, I did over 300, right?
You did 330 episodes during the pandemic. It was almost every day as well. And and you also finished 3 children books. And I don't know why you're not sharing this stuff. I have to share this stuff. You finished 3 children's books, and Living Beyond the Shell, right?
Right.
And then that's the past, which was being connected and being of service right now, being of service right now. And then someone gave him a call and said, hey, I was with you on one of the podcasts, and I want to refer you to a position of a managing director for a spiritual center. Right. And then the dots were connected between being a man of service and being a man who has a vision for himself. And there you are, living the life you desire.
Right. And I really, within the podcast, I thought I was just having conversations, keeping myself from being batty because I couldn't go visit the people that I wanted to talk to. Right. So I had to be creative to really connect with people, on, a level of, exploring one word. Right. From that, I was able to talk to people all over the world. And one of those people was in upstate New York. And because of that brief 1-hour conversation, there was enough planted in that one-word conversation to her even to consider to offer me the opportunity to have this conversation, to be where I am right now. And so really be able to embrace and accept that the universe, the world, when you speak your desires, when you get flat with how you want to live your life, when you open yourself up to play and create and manifest, the world is working with you. The universe is working with you. There are people in support, in service of that. And so you don't live the life of your desires without people. And I know that my relationship with you and Sorrel and people all over the world kind of held me up to basically to be in support of me living this life that is my desires.
Right. Wow, I love it. So let me open it up for people for questions. Anyone has anything to add or to connect with, or any questions, any yabads, anything that's opening up for you? Go ahead, Stan.
Well, I want to know something about the center, man. Tell me something about that, William Brown. See, the other thing is I like you immediately, man, and you know why?
Why?
Let me tell you why. Two things. It's amazing. One of my best friends in life. He was the first friend that I had that we call ourselves brothers. We would wear each other's clothes. We were the same size. We would wear each other's shoes. Everything. Grew up together. His name is William Brown.
Right. Wow.
And he looks exactly like you.
Wow.
So when I saw your name, I said, "Get the heck out of here! This is crazy, right?" But anyway, so it is like I've known you all my life, brother. Although I'm much older than you, so it's a different connect. But tell
I'm
us
older
something
than
about
you.
Huh?
I'm older than you think.
I'm 68. I'm 68, man, and you like a early youngster.
Oh well, I'm only in my 50s, so yeah, I'm an early youngster. I still got some ways to go.
That's right.
So,
well, I want to know about that center.
The center.
Yeah.
Right. The center is in upstate New York, right? About 30 minutes south of Ithaca. It is on 230 acres, and it's a place for groups and individual people to come in and just have a place of reflection. There are a couple labyrinths. There is a sanctuary to do a quiet meditation or a quiet retreat, and there's trails to walk and just be in. And almost every day an animal reveals themselves to me, from a deer to wild turkeys to a nice little groundhog that is like at my front door. But it's a place where you can design your retreat, or it can be guided. We can help you through a guided retreat, usually a couple days or a week, or whatever you need to get to a place where I like to call disconnect to connect.
Thank you for that. Can you put some information in the chat room for us too? And also maybe name of your books or how we can find them. Just search for William Brown, whatever.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, William. Well, we get maybe somebody else's question, or Sorrel, I don't know if you got something to say or something to add, but can you put in the chat, William, the link for the center?
Okay.
Hey, Gio.
I will do that.
Hey, William.
Hey, Gio. I mean, I'm Sorrel.
I am Gio.
Okay.
So great. William, so great to have you here. Forgive me for being off camera, but I can't help but be with this aspect of the conversation that you're creating. I want to acknowledge you for being the author of your life.
Thank you.
And, often when people think about being the author of their lives, they think about being the author of the life they would like to have sometime in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what's phenomenal about what you do and who you are is that you are the author of the life you have right now.
Right.
And man, from the time you left New York, got in the car, you were the author of every mile. Whether it was good, bad, or ugly, You would call Gio, you would share, Gio would share with me, I'd talk to you, whichever way it was.
Right.
What I'm always left with is William Brown is right here, right now, and authoring the life he has. There has never been a single thing wrong with the life you have. And I love being present to watch you and live my life based on that example.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sorrel. Well, there's something about the Daily Huddle that only at the beginning, only when you get really, really hot into the conversation is when it's the end of the conversation. There's something about the Daily Huddle that happens that way. And I want to thank all of you for being here. And those of you, Agatha on Facebook and Olive on Facebook, thank you for joining us on Facebook and here. William, any last thoughts or any last comments for today?
I think the one thing that I feel compelled to say is that that I really want people to get this and believe this and try this on, that you can create and manifest the life that you desire, but also be prepared that there may be people there questioning if you deserve to live that life. There's nothing wrong with that, but there is a test, there is a challenge, there is a resistance, because the life that you're creating, it's new to you, it's familiar and it's new. And the more that you are settled within yourself, who you are, you can be in it. So I pray that you be yourself and go be you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, William. Thank you so much for being here. I love that you're here. And for the rest of you, remember, we have a great, amazing in-person and virtual event. And this is in Atlanta, June 18 from 2 to 5. You want to be there. This is on how your brain works, to learn more about how your brain works so that you can include the impact that technology has in our lives right now, right? So raise your hand if you know somebody who has anxiety or who has dealing with maybe the depression is knocking on the door. It may just not be them. It may just be the impact of technology to our brain. So on this day, you're going to learn about how the mechanics of the brain. We're going to have Dr. Gupta, a pediatric endocrinologist. If you know someone with children, you want to be there. Okay.
Now I have anxiety. I won't be there until the 22nd.
And Tara is also going to be there. She's a communication expert and an expert to talk to the brain. So don't miss this opportunity, June 18 from 2 to 5. You can attend either virtually or in person at Reconnect That Expert. I'll put the link in the chat, and have a wonderful day. And we're going to end this today and prepare you for this weekend with our 7 tenets. And the first one is love. Love those that you have an opinion about, love those who you disagree with, love those who have a different direction from you. Love. Stress less. It's only one life. Chill out, like it's just one life. Stress less. Laugh more, smile more, stretch your cheeks, just do the effort. Doesn't matter anyway, just laugh. You're gonna laugh at it later. You're gonna tell a story about it, just laugh now. Eat more plant-based, get closer to the trees, hug the trees, eat the trees. There's something magical about eating more plant-based. And of course, give everything away, give your jealousy away, give all of it away, give it away, give it away. Pay yourself first financially, and then give everything else to the rest. And then of course, sleep. You've got to sleep. You've got to sleep. Go to sleep early. Come on, you can do it. If you can't sleep, read a book, not on your cell phone, a real book. Your brain will say, fine, I'm going to go to sleep. And then, of course, and always move every day, at least 20 minutes. Put on your shoes and just let it be. I love you. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. See you Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Thank you, Sorrel. Thank you,
Thank
Neil.
you, guys.
Thank you, William.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.